Hello everyone. Thought I'd share with you today some fun backgrounds that I've been creating using the Karin Brushmarker Pro watercolor markers. These are absolutely fabulous. I've had a lot of people say, how are you making the backgrounds? So I thought I'd make a really quick video, share some information. That way you can be on your way to creating cool backgrounds. All right, so for starters, here's a couple quick cards that I made using them. This is nice, bright, vivid, and it's used on watercolor paper. The stamp set is by Whimsy stamps in case you're wanting some crayons. Here's another one, more of a simple, light background to make a little cute alien card. Also Whimsy stamps stamp set. So let me show you how you make those. Before I get there though, you're going to need some watercolor markers, and these Karin are available at many of your local stores. If you want to purchase them online, you can get them at markeruniverse.com. They also sell the Aqua watercolor paper by Express It. And if you want 15% off, be sure to use Dove15, DOVE15, and you can get 15% off anything you order there. I'll put that up at the end of the video as well. All right, so I am going to be using the Aqua watercolor paper so you can see how it works. I like this paper because it's white or whiter than most. It has a really fine tooth, so you can actually color on it with other medium, and you can send it through your printer because it's a nice lightweight. Another thing that you're going to need is water, and I like to use the Nouveau Light Mist spray bottle. This is by Tonic Studios. It really is a nice fine even mist. It doesn't throw out spits or spatters of bigger drops, so you might want to pick one of those up. I'm going to use a very large background stamp by Whimsy stamps and regular white cardstock, as well as the watercolor paper. And very important for me is a craft mat, and I like the craft mat that comes on the Tonic Studios glass travel platform. This comes in left or right hand, and if I for any reason need to replace it, the next time I replace it I'm going to get the left-handed one because I prefer my mat to be over here so I can use this for drawing surface. So I'd have it switched. Yes, I can turn it around, but I don't like my words being upside down. So in the meantime, I'm going to leave it this way. This is the right-handed travel mat, and it also comes with a nice travel case. So for me, being in an RV all the time, traveling, it's perfect. Okay, so let's get started. Super duper easy. I'm going to use 3 of the Karin markers: Canary, Royal Blue, and Fire Red. I'm going to just scribble on the craft mat. I use this for my watercoloring palette as well, but this is really quick and easy. Now, for this one, I'm going to give it a light mist. It's light enough. I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to blend the colors in between. And then I'm going to go ahead and smear these ones out. And what this does is it just beads it up. So you're going to have little pools of the color wherever your finger touched. Now you can just lightly mist and leave it as is and use it that way, but I like to make it a little bit more globby. So using watercolor paper, I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. I'm just going to place my watercolor paper straight down. I'm going to give it a second to soak in. Sorry, I'm moving some stuff around here. And then I'm going to pick it up And there you go. That's the results of this one. So you can see that the color is a little bit more vivid. If you want to move some of the colors around, you can do that. Maybe it's not enough for you, so you can pick it up and you can go straight back down again and pick up some more. And then you're going to want to let that dry. Okay, so simple background for this card. That is just what I did. Okay, quick and easy. You can use so many different colors. They have the Marker Universe has them in large box sets. You can buy them in individuals. You can buy them in smaller sets. So I could keep on using this, but I'm going to go ahead and clean this off. Too bad we can't use napkins for something. If you use paper towels, I want to see your cards. Be sure and leave a comment. Alright, so here's another one. We're going to go ahead and take, this one is a green, lime green to be exact. I really love that color. I'm going to go ahead and do a magenta, which is actually red lilac. I make up names. This one's the turquoise. Alright. Now for this, we are going to go ahead and use regular cardstock. Again, I'm going to mist it. Put some water on there. I'm going to smear it around a little bit. You don't have to do this. Now I'm going to take my very large rubber stamp and I'm going to go ahead and stamp it right in there. I like to give it a little bit of a twist. I'm going to pick it up and stamp it straight down on regular cardstock. Give it a minute to soak in. And then lift it up and you've got the stamp pattern as well as watercolor looking marks. Once again, don't waste what you already have going on there. Let's see what we get doing this. Sometimes the stamp will actually leave a pattern on the craft mat, and so when you pick it back up, you have that pattern. Use this so you can see there's a little pattern in there. Again, you want more ink, you just go back and you pick it up. Every single time you do this, it's going to be a little bit different. Okay, so those are some fun backgrounds. Still, once the other one has totally completely dried, see how vivid, how nice that is. Okay, so another fun thing that we can do, and I like to use watercolor paper for this because it doesn't dry or soak in as quickly. So let's go ahead and use, here's a little bit of that teal, what I'm calling magenta, and I think I'm going to use a yellow for something different. Oh, by the way, if you get your colors mixed, that's not a big deal. Just wipe it off on paper and it goes back to normal. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to go ahead and look for my water bottle. It's ran away. Okay, we're going to do a very watercolory. Quick way to do it. We're going to take our paper, we're going to lay it on there, we're going to smush it. My hand mark, nice. See how it's got that twist? Alright, one last one. We are going to take blue red. So I'm sure your mind is going. You're thinking of all different ways that you can be doing this. Be sure and experiment. This is all just come about through experimenting. But man, it makes backgrounds so cool. You could be making backgrounds for days. All right, so now we've got this. I'm gonna take watercolor paper. I'm going to not only spritz this, I'm also going to spritz my watercolor paper. I'm going to put it down here. I'm going to give it a little bit of a twist. Now this is a lot of water, but I want that because I want to be able to sprinkle it with some salt. Okay, so you've got a very muted, it joins really nicely in between the colors, and then you've put in salt on there and you're like, what the what? Oh, don't forget to throw some salt over your shoulder. So I'm going to let that dry, and in the meantime I'm going to show you a couple that I did before I did the video. And if you look, this one still has the salt, so again, once it's dry you brush off the salt, but you get these really cool patterns. Wherever the salt hit, it takes all the ink and kind of pushes it away. So you can have some fun patterns doing that. So that's just watercolor and salt, and that's definitely a watercolor trick for people who do watercoloring. All right, so we still have a little bit of a mess over here, and I just happen to not like how this color got muddied, so I'm going to pick that up. And I'm going to take regular cardstock because I don't like wasting, and I'm going to set it in there and see what we get, because it's always a mystery and you'll never do two the exact same. And we'll go ahead and pick that up. Okay, so we got a much tighter pattern. You could do this all in the blues and it could be stars. And it does have salt on there, which makes it hard for the paper to hit the ink, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some more. Pick up some more. Again, it's just paper. You don't like the pattern when you're done, throw it away. And brush the salt off this. And maybe you're like, I didn't get enough on it, I want a little bit more smush. So you might want to throw some up in the corner. Give it a light mist. Join it together. Again, if you don't like it, throw it out. Add a little more color. Cool, right? All right, so again, you'll need regular paper or watercolor paper. You're gonna need the Karin Brushmarker Pro water brushes. You're gonna need a fine mist bottle or a regular bottle, but I recommend fine mist. You're gonna need a craft mat of some sort. Again, I like the Tonic Studios travel mat. You want to try the salt? Go raid your kitchen. Try a fun background stamp or 2 or 3, and hopefully you enjoy making a whole bunch of backgrounds so that you can have time, find time to use them and make a whole bunch of cards. All right, one more time, markeruniverse.com. They sell all the Karin in the box sets. They sell the Aqua watercolor paper by Express It, and you can use the coupon code DOVE15 to get 15% off. Have fun!